To do it next, right?
A big number. That's all it's like.
Okay, we are live. Being 6 o'clock, we'll go ahead and get the meeting started. And we've got fact feed, so. Stand by. Test, 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 test.
I think it's this. What? She's got it live too. It's not this, it's this. Can you turn that? Sure.
Good. Carolyn's on. He's our next president.
No, it wasn't. There we go. We're good.
Okay, good. There, that sounds a lot better. So, entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
Make a motion to approve the agenda. Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Here we got a motion and a second to approve our last meeting's minutes. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Cindy, what do you got for us tonight? Or whoever is speaking for you?
I swear that their names.
I'm Cindy tonight.
Yeah, good. You're lucky.
I'm Tammy Newsom, and I am on the committee for the garage here in LaGrange. And we are here out of concern for the safety of the kids for trick or treating. In the past, we've had 325 to 350 kids trick or treating in the area of the garage. And this year, we're aware that the Methodist Church is going to be doing hot dogs and popcorn also in that area. So we are asking for permission and help in closing down Lafayette Street between the hours of 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. to try to keep the kids safe, and we'll do like a trunk or treat type thing. And we're proposing like from State Road 9 or Detroit Street, almost all the way to Mountain Street. The church does want to keep the farthest drive to the west accessible. But, and I guess there's a possibility of there being a fire truck that's supposed to come down there also. So if they could like block off that drive where they park on Lafayette to help close that down, that would be great. But, you know, in effort to try to keep the kids safe, having that many kids in that area, we're hoping that you guys would be willing to let us close that area for trick or treating.
And what day is this?
It's on the 31st.
Yeah, during our regular holiday.
Yeah,
Oh, during our,
yeah, trick or treating is 5:30 to 7:30, so we're asking for 5 p.m. to 8 p.m.
when is the fire department, sheriff's department
Thursday.
stuff? This Thursday?
Just three, yeah.
Yeah, we say we'll all go there and not come to my house. Anybody got any thoughts?
What about it? Do you have any opinion on it?
Would you guys be able to help in closing it?
Yeah.
We can proceed then? No?
Unless they make a motion, it's
Yeah,
dead, it's
anybody
dead
have
in the
any-
water right now, it's dead. They're thinking about it, look at them, here's your turn.
I make a motion to close not Detroit, close Lafayette Street from Detroit to Mountain from 5 to 8 p.m.
Second.
All right, so we got a motion to close Lafayette from Detroit Street to Mountain Street on October the 31st from 5 to 8.
Yes.
Parking lots in there?
There is at the Methodist Church.
You're gonna obviously close the intersection of High Street then too.
Yes, we'll barricade that off if we do.
And the church does want the drive farthest to the west on Lafayette left open so that people can come and go out of that, but they have two drives. So they're asking,
So they want the east drive blocked or
Yes.
halfway in between
yes,
those two
in between
drives.
those two, yeah.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right, have
Thank
fun.
you.
How many people you planning on having at this thing?
Yes, we've had 325 to 350, so, and our numbers grow all the time.
Yeah, I know, 'cause
Yes, maybe 400 or more.
yeah, they all come down to my house, which is right there. I'm just gonna keep my light off with an arrow pointing.
There you go.
So you already have your sign made.
Some kids, my outside light is not on, and they said, yes, it is, I forgot my motion light.
Oh, man.
Anybody else have any trick or treat stuff they want to talk about right now? This is the time to do it, because the time's getting short. Hearing none. Lori, have you got anything for us
I
tonight?
have a appropriation transfer. I sent everyone a copy. Just a little thing that one line item got a little overspent or coded wrong or something. Just need to move some money.
Everybody have a chance to look at this in your emails from her for $10,000.
I move to approve the appropriation.
Okay.
Here we got a motion and a second to move $10,000 in our police supplies, transfer to miscellaneous, from fuel to miscellaneous supplies. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Yeah.
Okay, the next thing I have is, I brought this up a few meetings ago, Curtis Park. We talked about what they were gonna do with that property once they get it all finished. And I see they're already excavating it. And I know we talked to Bill about whether we could donate that money that Focus LaGrange gave to us for a pickleball court. I happen to know they're working on getting a crowdfunding grant started. So I would just like permission to be able to write that check to them, because they'll only have so many weeks to do their crowdfunding thing. And once they get that started, I want to be able to give them that money without waiting for a board meeting to approve it. So
At the last meeting, we approved but Bill had to check in to make sure that he could do that. So we haven't heard back from him.
I'm gonna put that on our agenda.
Yes, because we approved it. We thought that was a great idea. But Bill had to check in and see the legalities since.
Yeah, the biggest problem is we don't get possession of the real estate until sometime afterwards. I can do Lori, how far are they away from needing that transfer?
It could be a while yet. I'll keep an eye on it. I see Scott and Sarah.
I will work out an agreement between them and us.
Okay.
And just to make sure, the agreement's going to say that they've agreed that at some point in time in the future, they're going to transfer that to the town. And so the agreement's going to have that in that.
Okay,
So we can show that we're not really transferring the money to another entity to build a pickleball court. We're transferring the money to an entity to build a pickleball court that's going to become the town's pickleball court.
yeah,
We got to be a little careful with that money because, you know, it came from donations.
right. All right. I'll keep you posted on that then. I just didn't want to forget about it.
Yeah, and Reagan's sitting there, and we'll make sure she doesn't forget about it. And Reagan, I'll show you how you write one of those. They're kind of crazy.
Okay, great. The next thing I wanted to talk about was I did schedule some more demos for our software upgrade. It's gonna take a little bit. It's a lot like buying a piece of equipment, but it isn't because you can't just go take a 20-minute test. There's a lot to look at. So I have one scheduled for next week and the other one has promised to call me back. So I'm just waiting to see if they do what they say. If they don't, you know how that goes. So that's on them. I watched one of their webinars to see what their software looked like. It looked interesting and I told them that I was interested. So the ball's in their court now. So, and I'll hopefully have a recommendation to you. I would like to have it by the first meeting, but I'm not gonna push things too much. So probably will be the second meeting in November.
Sounds good.
I think we're all good with that.
We needed to have a deadline, but
Well, that still gives us within the boundaries of the first quote. And still before the end of the year, so we don't incur extra expenses for waiting too. So.
and I've also gotten a clerk that uses both of those softwares already that I'm looking at. So, and they were both happy with what they have. So, about the same size of our phone. It's kind of nice to know that sounds like either choice would be probably fine.
Good. Now, if we can get one at a lovable cost.
Yeah,
Be the next
yeah,
step.
it's
Expensive.
software's expensive.
Yeah, that's
But you know, we don't replace it every couple of years like you do a truck either. So in that, we use it every day. If you kind of get your mind wrapped around it like that, it doesn't sound nearly as bad, but it's still a chunk of money. I get that. And that's all for me.
Anybody have any other questions for Lori? Hearing none. Mark, have you got anything for us today?
I didn't write a report, but we've just been busy doing a million little odds and ends last couple weeks. Just trying to finish out all our projects before it gets cold and get ready for winter. Putting the mower away, you know, getting the snow blower out. So
How'd your training go?
haven't done it yet.
Oh,
So that's tomorrow through Thursday. So
next week it does say that.
this week.
Well, at the time this was,
Oh,
finished,
yeah.
it should be next. You guys are going to Fort Wayne?
Yeah, learn about all the new rules and everything that they're gonna throw at us this year.
No new rules out of the government. I can't imagine.
We'll come up with
Really, some new costly thing.
Yeah.
Anybody have any questions for Mark? Thank you. Thanks for coming tonight.
Thanks.
Sue, have you got anything for us?
I do have one little thing. This is a locator for my sewer camera that I got. I thought it came with the camera, but it didn't. So that would actually help us determine exactly where and the depth of what we're looking at. Most of them that I've looked up are running that price, but we know that that one is compatible with our camera. That's where we bought the camera from. So I guess seeing if it's okay to go ahead and purchase one from there.
Get your 3 quotes.
I can, yeah, I'd have to see
And if so-
if they're not
She's saying they're
compatible
very-
with our camera, then it doesn't matter.
Take the first, that
that locator is specifically made to go with the camera that she uses.
It's like an accessory.
Right.
All right.
I mean, I can still get you some free quotes if you want, but I know that this.
Well,
one's
we
compatible with
have
your-
testimony from multiple peoples on this board that says that you're okay. And it will be logged that way, so, okay.
Yep.
So,
I would move to approve the purchase.
Okay.
okay, we got a motion, a second to purchase a locator for, that is compatible with the camera system that we got.
Thank you. And yeah, other than that,
Good deal.
that.
Sounds like you're having too much fun with your camera system.
Just-
It's become quite handy as far as figuring out where laterals tie into our line. We found some interesting things the last couple of weeks with it.
Glad to see you.
Just for something to keep in mind, when you call someone else about getting a quote, that phone call is the attempt to get a quote. And all the law says is you have to attempt to get 3 quotes. So if you can call, 2 other providers that may or may not be able to assist you, since it's, pretty much a thing, you've paid your dues.
Oh, okay.
Remember that for something bigger later on down the line.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, that's all I had. Do you have something for me?
Nope. Anybody have anything?
Thank you.
Good deal. Street department. John, you on the line there?
Yes, I am.
Are you having fun yet?
Oh, yeah.
Did you hear about our street closure that you're gonna be doing here shortly?
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up.
Okay.
Is there a possibility of somebody setting up the barricades if we set them out in place?
Yeah, they're all
So-
shaking their heads, yes, so they will take care of that.
All right, we'll probably shut the alleyway off too. So it's right there by the
Yes.
garage.
Yeah,
Correct.
So we'll lock, or we'll have barricades set in all the locations, just somebody stand them up. And then-
that, John, really, that brings up a good point. Have you guys talked to the Mexican restaurant there to see their wishes on there? Cause that's closing down any parking in front of their place. Do you want to move the barricades up so that that alley is open so that people can get in and out to the bank and to the restaurants, the pizza place and the restaurant
Bank would be
sit
closed.
right there? They got an ATM.
That's true too.
Yes, maybe we gotta go from west of the alley, walk it up there.
That makes sense, folks?
Yeah.
Okay,
Just want to confuse people too much.
Right, because without talking to the other businesses in that area, that could be detrimental that night to them. It's a Friday night and closing the street down. Okay, so we're all clear, John?
yep, clear.
right.
Just as long as somebody puts them up and takes them down, then we'll pick them up the following workday. So,
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you.
and then,
So, what's
Thursday we
up
have-
with lights on the dash all running at the same time? What'd you guys discover?
it was a trailer brake modular. So apparently it doesn't like the leaf back either.
Oh,
But that's the only thing I can think of is it was faulty is what they said. So they replaced it and we haven't had any issues
okay.
since. So,
Yeah, because the leaves are gonna be falling like crazy here before long, man. The color really popped this last week, so just in the last couple of days.
yeah, especially with that rain, they
Yeah,
changed.
So,
And the high winds are going to be knocking them out of the trees. So,
yeah. Yeah, I see what winds and rain tonight yet.
correct.
Yeah.
But then that's pretty much all that I have with the report. So, and like I said, we got that event on Thursday, the Heroes.
Yep.
We'll be blocking off Michigan High Street and Spring Street for all that.
Something that I seen here says you drove alleys, looking for stuff. Have you got all that stuff documented and given to Mark so that we can take a look at that? Because we talked about working alleys.
Well, we were driving fixing any potholes and stuff like that. A lot of the alleys are pretty bad, but no, I did not document which ones are the worst.
Okay,
But
if you would do that and get that to Mark so that we have something.
okay, we'll do.
Because I agree with you, some of our alleys back there are really bad, especially on the east side of Detroit.
We've got one, I've gotta look at it a little closer. I know that the guys told me about, with a wire that's hanging really low off of a house back to a pole. It's gonna be an issue.
Yeah, that'd be an issue
If we
for
take
the
a
winter.
truck through there in the winter to plow, so. Okay, I think it's cable, but we gotta kind of figure out who's and see what they can do about getting it
Okay.
higher.
It actually looks like it's come away from the people's house.
Oh,
And it's sagging pretty low, so.
okay. All right. Anybody have anything else for John?
Oh, and another thing, if you have drove down Walnut there at Factory Street, the county put some spinners on top of the stop signs trying to get the people's attention to stop. We had a bad accident down there, 2 weeks ago, where 2 cars were involved, and apparently there was four people in one car, and one of the people got ejected out of the car. So they're actually going way too fast down Walnut, and they don't pay attention to those stop signs on Walnut. So they're trying to get more attention brought to the stop signs, but we drive Walnut a lot, and anytime you come up there, you're watching to see if the people are actually going to stop. So I don't know if we want to try to put some more on Steuben and was it Lake Street? And it's kind of up to you guys. I know they're kind of expensive though.
Well, how many should
Those
we,
spinners are?
Yeah.
how many would you
They're-
recommend? And you'll tell us a price, right?
Well, I'll have to I can bring back more information. I just know the county took it on their behalf. They asked me and I told them go ahead, that I think it'd be an issue. So I can get with Aaron and see where he gets them, and we can put them on the other, 2 roads, Steuben and what is that, Lake Street?
Yeah. And Lake's hard to see out to the north anyhow if you're going east, so.
Yes, those rows of Sharons or whatever in the people's fence, it's really hard to see around that corner. But
That's good thinking.
I'll get you guys the information for the next meeting.
Thank you.
That's all I have.
It's something we may have to think about doing a traffic study and going to 4-way stops on all that.
Well,
That's one way of helping stuff out, so.
most of the people,
The other side stopping and the other side doesn't, well, at least you got a better chance, so.
most of the people that drive it every day pretty much do that anyways. I mean, they don't stop, but they come to a pretty slow speed, you know. The county guys in the street department and probably the water department and stuff.
Well, we'll talk to the marshal and maybe we can set up some extra patrols there during peak hours in the morning and afternoon when people are getting out of work and see if we can't slow it down that way.
I would almost believe it's when the school's getting out. Is probably the most dangerous.
Yeah, we can take care of that. Thanks for bringing that to our attention.
Mm.
Okay. Anybody else have anything? Anything else you can think of, John?
Nope.
All right. Have a good evening.
You too.
Cemetery, Amber had her report. Anybody have any questions about her report? I was talking to Mark tonight and I think we need to start looking into some more trees, especially maybe there on the south side in that big old field there, all the way up to the fence. Get some trees planted in there. It would make it look nicer, I think. I'm not a big fan. We have headstones. If we were going to have flat headstone burials, then maybe trees wouldn't be the big thing because that way you can just mow like crazy. But since we have standing headstones, I think some trees in there would be beneficial to everybody and make the place look a little more inviting.
Mhm.
For those that are looking for places to be buried.
I like that idea.
Anything else for the cemetery? Park department?
Nothing for the parks. Mhm.
Under the star that one.
Mhm.
The park department was pretty successful this year, I do believe.
That was nice of it,
Yeah, we
Yeah.
had a lot of stuff. We've got a lot of people working on it to keep it looking really nice and working out pretty good. We've got some new thoughts on some different things. So our basketball court, we were hoping for paving, but it hasn't worked out yet, but we're still working on it.
Mhm.
I do believe that I'm passed down through there all the time, and there's kids out there playing basketball all the time
Okay.
now. And one of the things that might help us with that is to remove the fence on the east side. And that's a pretty good bank there. The kids are playing ball. The chances of a ball being kicked clear up and onto the road where somebody's driving slow through there anyhow, or should be, are pretty slim compared to what it used to be back in the day. And that would open that up and make it definitely a lot easier for us to get at if we wanted to do any paving or cementing or anything like that. We do have some equipment where I think we could go in there and shave that off and put a new coat over the top. And that would make it so that we could do that if that fence was taken down through there. So
Yeah.
food for thought. Because a lot of kids have been playing there. It's picked up from what it was there for quite a while. It was pretty dead, but now they're back there playing again. So just my thought. Any other comments?
No. I do hope to get repaved next year, so.
Like I said, if we could get that fence out of there, that would make it so that we could get our grinder in there.
Do you think the east one, not the north? I get the north because that's right behind the backboard.
Probably all the way around it, except for on the park side of it. You could have
The
two
big
sides
one.
open, yeah.
The west side.
Yeah, the west side we couldn't. The other side that goes into the park. That
Yeah.
might be, little kids running up there on board and stuff. It'd be hard. Rich,
I don't have anything other than the email I sent you, referenced information. And yeah, I referenced that Walnut and Factory, that was a disregard from Factory, kid going too fast, doesn't travel that road. Didn't see the stop sign until it was too late. So caused some injury. The other vehicle ran into the county building and did damage, so it's not a good accident, but, gee. So we can set up some extra patrols and see anytime we set up, then you know how that goes. Everybody follows the rules and then
Mhm.
we move and then they go back to
Just find
doing
some
it. It's
more.
hard. It's hard to hide in those areas, but we can do something, see what happens. It changes it.
I'm sure that, you'll be able to come up with.
No. No, other than that, we'll help with the Halloween and I see them are drunk and free this Thursday, so.
Yeah.
Other than that, that's all I have right now.
Good deal. Did the fire department send out anything on that? Did you send out anything that we can share on Facebook?
The sheriff's department
Yeah,
should.
the sheriff department
They
did.
did.
I haven't seen it
You
that.
didn't see it?
I've seen it once, but in years past, I've
Oh.
seen it shared over
Okay.
and over.
Yeah,
Well,
because I must have missed it, because
I'll
I normally
see if I
share
can get it
that
up.
stuff, yeah.
I was about to.
Yeah, I'll look and see if I can have it.
So
I didn't know who was doing that, so.
usually they lead that, so.
Thanks for your information. Anybody have anything for Rich? All right, have a good evening. Be safe out there.
Absolutely.
Jeremy, I didn't see him come in. Do you have anything?
Usually.
Mark, you have anything we haven't talked about?
Couple things. Let's see. First one, that I've got that I sent to everybody is Bill did work on this, consent to encroachment regarding the garage barn that we talked about. On Walnut Street a week or so ago. If everybody's had an opportunity to look at that, I have the copies. I just if you're looking for a motion to approve that, it will need to be signed in by the entire board. And then I will have to, and I've had some conversation, I'll reach out to Brent Hall, which is one of the owners now, because there will be a spot on here where Bill wants the current owners also to sign the document, and then I'll get it recorded. So.
Did everybody have a chance to read that?
Mhm.
Any questions about it? I'll entertain a motion.
I move to approve ordinance 2025-1028, the consent of encroachment.
You got a motion and a second for ordinance number 2025-10-20A, consent for encroachment on a property that's down on the east side of town next to our building street department. Any further discussion about it? Hearing none, all in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. A little different than what we normally do.
I forget harder to read each time.
Who seconded that motion? And then were you the one that seconded that motion?
I guess. I guess.
Okay, Mark, what have you got?
Next one I got, I didn't have on there that we got today is, and we've been talking about this, but, we're getting ready to submit, our application for the 2026, community crossing grant, money, I basically have a letter, that will need to be signed by Ray that is sent to NDOT, and it's basically the financial commitment, the cost estimate on the participating portion of the project, which would be the road, storm, sidewalks, those type things, is $1,191,000, which would make our 20% match commitment be $238,200. So I would just be looking for a motion to approve that, to move forward with submitting the grant application and for Ray sign for that. Assuming we want to do that, it deals with High Street from Michigan Street to North Street.
Great, High Street from,
Michigan, beginning at Michigan and going north to North Street.
$238,000.
200.
$238,200.
Okay, I didn't hear if there was that.
No, no sense. Nobody's got any sense with it.
I was requesting that. Do you guys, I don't think there's anything here for them. Do you want to see this? I do so move. There you go.
We got a motion and a second, for a, Ochre grant, SRF funding, no, the other one, the, community crossings, yeah,
Your financial commitment for the community.
or
crossing
financial
grant
commitment
application.
or application
Here's the numbers.
for $238,200 would be our 20% matching fund for the 1.9,
Roughly
1.1, yeah, 1.2 mil, so. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. And just so everybody knows, not only is that repaving of the streets, but that's also gonna be sewer work, water work.
That's
Or-
not included in that.
That's not included in that. This is extra expense on top of that.
Right.
And the lead line stuff that we're doing, that Mark's doing to meet our commitments on our lead line stuff, so. Okay. Next.
All right, the last one I have to talk about tonight is, Bill and I've been back and forth. You have a request from the commissioners and based off, Indiana code that you provide them somewhere into December. So this is kind of a think mode anyway, a panel of 3 potential candidates for them to select one from to appoint to the county health board. There are some caveats in
I was
that.
gonna say, do they have to be doctors or engine chiefs? Do they?
Hang on, because basically how this works, it's a 7-member board. There's a couple things to bear in mind. Board has to be bipartisan. Bill and I have been back and forth with the county attorney. Those issues have been resolved. We don't have to worry about it. So we don't have to worry about political affiliation of the people that you create. However, the county just a week or so ago replaced Charlie Ashcraft, who's been on the board, with Merrill Redden. And Charlie's appointment to the board, there's only one position on that board that's allowed to be, basically for lack of a better statement, just general member of the public. Your position, it gives us the ability to create the list, and it talks about that they have to fall under the criteria of 1C to 1M in IC 1625. The long and the short of that is They basically remove A and B, which is a licensed physician or a registered nurse. So our list has to consist of a pharmacist, a dentist, hospital administrator, social worker, attorney with experience in health matters, a school superintendent, licensed veterinarian, licensed registered professional engineer, environmental scientist, a physician's assistant, a licensed physician's assistant, or a public health professional. So I think that category, although not well defined, is what kind of opens the avenue for you to use things like LPNs, EMTs, paramedics. I'm not going to try and remember all of the different things, but I think the list does have to consist of, because they filled the one, there has to be some medical degree or certification assigned.
Do they have to be residents of the town?
No, they just count anywhere in the
In the
county.
county.
Anywhere in the county. So I think we've got, like I said, they'd asked that you put the list together and we get it to them in December for them to make an appointment. Basically, the board is complete now. They have two different individuals that are going to term off the board. One is Matt Grossman, who is a pharmacist, who has said he doesn't want to be reappointed. And then Cindy Swihart is the other that terms off at the end of the year, who has indicated that she would like to continue on the board, and based off the board having to be bipartisan in her political affiliation and the fact that she meets the criteria because she's a prior hospital administrator and currently the chair of the board, I'm going to assume the county will reappoint her, because that bipartisan thing in this county is difficult to achieve. So I would think they would bring her back. But beyond that, we can just we can put some type of a post up or whatever on some of our social media, or anybody that people can think of that might be interested, that can let us know, and then we'll try to compile some type of a list to submit to them. It's just kind of at this point getting everybody trying to think of and work with that, because with them needing the medical background, finding somebody that has that or is willing to serve on the board would be somewhat difficult.
Yeah, I think we should post it just like we would any other position for
Yeah.
alcohol board or anything. Meet the requirements, and if you're interested, because I think it's going to be rough finding somebody that might be interested. So,
Yeah.
but you never know.
Well, I don't.
Yeah, you never
I
know. But I think we should post it, and we'll go from
Yeah,
there.
I've had one or two names pop through my head
So have I.
that would meet the criteria, but I don't have a clue whether or not
Yeah.
they will need to serve, so. Do that, like I said, just want to get everybody up to speed and thinking about that. At the same time, I think the rest that I put down should be pretty self-explanatory. Like I said, I'm still working with Mike Kleinpeter and Andy and we have a tentative meeting date or whatever. They want to get some things together or whatever to do that presentation. But and then need to make a decision as to whether or not we want to pursue any of those avenues.
Okay. Anybody have anything for Mark? Bill, what do you got for us tonight?
Mark covered most of them. The only other thing is, as you guys know from reading your emails, we got a lawsuit in. We've got it under control. I'm tickled pink with the guy that's handling it.
Have we heard anything about our post office alley?
Our post office alley. You're gonna have to help me
We're
with that,
going
right?
to block that off, and we need a resolution to.
You not only heard nothing about it because I forgot about it until you just mentioned it. Alley post office. But we're planning on close, and I'm gonna defend myself a little bit because I really didn't understand the conversation. We're gonna close it off. Are we still gonna permit people to go back there about mail?
Yes, but they will turn into our parking lot instead of going out onto 20.
So we're going to close the access to 20 is what we're really closing.
Yes.
The alley itself will come in where it always has and go out through our parking lot.
Yes.
Fantastic. I'll have it for you next meeting. That's easy.
All right.
I was totally confused when you mentioned that it sprang a thing and it was just nothing but confusion. But the doctors have finally figured out what caused my vertigo, and so I am getting better.
That riding with your head down is what's causing it. So.
Well, quite frankly, it was my gnashing of my teeth at night. I broke a tooth root off in July,
Bill.
and they went in and pulled the tooth and had no idea that there was a root in there. Along about the middle of August, when I became so bad with vertigo, I went in and I just happened to have an appointment, and they sent me into an oral surgeon. Then the oral surgeon removed the root, but she didn't remove the infection. So the infection became what's called a walled infection. And so it sat there in my jaw and surrounded itself with goodies. And so now they're going to actually send a rotor-rooter up my nose to remove the goodies.
Awesome.
That sounds like a lot of fun. I'd kind of like to go and see that done to you.
I know there's a lot of people. I told them, I said, you guys could make money on this. You just don't realize it.
Yeah, I'd give a shiny new nickel to see that.
You know, and they smiled and said, we are going to make money off it.
Do we have any forward movement on our retaining wall?
I have not touched that retaining wall in any sense of the word since we started working on it a year ago. And I guess I can put life back into that. Mark and I can't, that's not true. Mark and I talked about it a month ago about some things that might work. And so I'll touch base with Mark and we'll push a little bit forward on that. I noticed that the only old business left was that darn retaining wall, and there's a reason it's left. That is a mess. That sewer line runs more places than any 10 sewer lines ought to go, and it doesn't have an easement for any of them.
Yeah. I remember that from 5 years ago when we started talking about this. So.
That it is a nightmare. It's one of those that you close your eyes at night and say, I wish this swing would just go away, and it hasn't. So I guess we better fix it.
Okay.
Before it needs fixing.
Yes. So true. So true. Now that Sue's got that scoper, she's liable to go scoping down there and say, hey, there's the...
She can't find any problems on that one. I'm sorry. We'll catch her before the meeting.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else have anything for Bill? Anything you feel that we should be looking at? All right, thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Any open discussion for this evening? Anybody have anything?
Where are we at on Dairy Queen situation?
Other than, I know that the NIPSCO transformer still stays there. I don't know. Beyond that, I have sent a couple different emails and things to the gentleman that bought the properties, and I've not gotten any response from him or the gentleman he used as a real estate agent. So I don't know. I mean, I know at the time he purchased that, he had several projects he was working on. I don't know if that's the cause or what his intentions are. I mean, other than demo, we've pretty much evaporated this year of doing anything. They could do demo through the but that's about it.
It just seems weird that can't force NIPSCO to do their part.
Well, and I don't know if it's 100% NIPSCO, if it's NIPSCO telling him that there is a fee imposed with that he doesn't have. The other piece that I have not had the opportunity to talk to him about is the original design for that was done by Corporate Dairy Queen involved them having an entrance off of US 20 and also on State Road 9. When they filed that with the state denied them having access to either one, and it had to be reworked to where they were going to have to make their entrance and exits off of Poplar Street and Wayne Street. Whether or not that has caused corporate
Issues.
difference, whether corporate is in the process of trying to negotiate something different with NDOT or fight NDOT on that ruling. I have no idea. I don't think they'll win, but they may very well be trying to maintain that entrance. Yeah, yeah. And it's just too close to that intersection. They both were and realistically, I said that from the very beginning, and I think it was an error on their part to not have originally designed it using Wayne and Poplar. It's not a whole lot different than the 5 lanes that's being worked on now. There is that entrance there, and I learned from him that they couldn't have that entrance, but then I also learned from him and tried to help him to NDOT with the site he's going to have to use, because apparently he has to get a permit from NDOT to remove the entrance that NDOT told him he had.
All about the money. Oh,
It's about something, yeah.
I didn't say that out loud.
Yes, you did.
So is there a lot of talk about the increased accidents that are going to happen there at Poplar and 20? Because we have the property at the corner of Poplar and 20, and we're well aware of how many accidents happen there. So, and with the entrance and exit being there on Poplar, you're gonna have even more traffic there that's gonna dart out because they can't see behind people backed up at that light, and so they just take the risk and pull out in front of somebody.
Go talk to NDOT.
I mean, they're gonna have to put up a stoplight or something, or reroute that intersection or something. It's insane.
I live on Buffalo Street.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
very, very familiar with it.
Well, you
They've had-
know, we had a lot of trouble with Town Line in 20.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And it was years and years of working with NDOT to get a stoplight, and they didn't even want to put one there until we went down and made them do another survey and explained to them that that's a thoroughfare for the horse and buggies. If you got 2 buggies there before, you could sit there for 20 minutes trying to get across. And they came up and did one thing, and this time they looked at the number of horse and buggies that traveled through there. And within a day, they decided that they needed to have a stoplight there. Also remember, and maybe you don't know, but there's got to be X amount of accidents at a location before they even think about it.
I would think that we've exceeded that. I mean,
Well,
my goodness.
it's not the right type of an accident. Fender benders do not count. Just saying. I worked for NDOT for a long time. Fender benders don't count. Anything else in the open discussion? I'll entertain a motion to approve claims. Got a motion and a second to approve claims. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for all you that stayed. Appreciate your time.